Hey guys, Team Bordelon here to talk to you about the pending status.
All right, so we've gotten out of the option period, so now we are in pending. What does that mean? There are 4 important things that are going to happen during this pending status, and we're going to explain it to you like this. I represent the seller, and Danielle represents the buyer. So let's start with the first thing, which is appraisal.
As a buyer, you really don't have a whole lot going on here. The lender is ordering the appraisal, so your job is to just sit back, relax, and wait for that appraisal to come back in.
However, this is go time for the seller, because if the appraisal does not come in at the negotiated sales price, well, then we have a bit of an issue. And there are 4 things that can happen during this time. Number one,
the buyer can come up with the extra funds.
And that's most friendly to the seller, obviously, because the second thing is that the seller can come down to the appraised value.
The third thing, buyer and seller meet in the middle.
And that's very common. That happens a lot. But the fourth thing is the whole deal falls apart, and we don't want that, because then we have to start all over again. Remember, a new contract, new option period, new inspections, and believe us, you don't want to go that way. Okay, so we've gotten through the appraisals. So what's the next thing?
The next step is the HOA documentation. These must be paid for, delivered, and received within the days that have been negotiated on the contract.
And we're going to help you watch the contract dates as well.
And this is important for buyers and sellers. Sometimes buyers are paying these HOA docs, and so we want to make sure if the buyer is paying for those documents that they are paying for them on time, and same for the sellers.
The next step is financing. Now, this is go time for the buyer.
This is time where the lender is going to be reaching out a lot. They might want bank statements, pay stubs, insurance, just proof that everything is going to go smoothly and that this transaction will be able to close on time.
And this is very important that buyers are getting their stuff to the lender, because if it misses, let's say that they don't get the documents in on time, and so therefore the date slides, and then you have to go back to the seller and say, oops, seller, I didn't get my stuff in on time, so therefore I don't have my financing approval in the time that you allowed me. Can I have a few extra days? How does that work?
Doesn't go over well.
No, it doesn't. And sellers are kind of cranky about that. All right. And so then the next step is
the title commitment. As a buyer, it's very important that you have a free and clear title commitment. You want to make sure that nobody can come down and say, hey, you're actually in my house. You want to make sure that you own that house free and clear and outright.
That's important for everyone. So know that during this status, during the pending status, there's a lot of stuff that you specifically don't have to do. Like the title commitment is going to be done by the title company. Obviously, you've got your lender, your appraisal, you've got your HOA company, all these people who are helping to pull the pieces together. But it's very important because all of these have contract dates. And Team Bordelon, we're going to help you watch those dates to make sure that nothing gets missed.